Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Well, it's April 29th, 6 months after Sandy. So I just sit here and reflect about that for a minute. Man, when that hit, I didn't think it would be as bad as it was. I don't think anybody thought it was going to be as bad as it was. I don't think anybody, thought it was going to be a little worse than Irene was, but I don't think anybody fathomed it was going to be as strong and devastating as it was. I think it took a lot of people by surprise. But the good news, people are coming back. Businesses are bouncing back. We're rebuilding. We're getting it back together. It's going to take a while for full recovery, but we are off to a good start. Um, I hope to do another video tour in Bayhead in May. Just go around and maybe right before Memorial Day, because on Memorial Day things are gonna be crazy busy, you know. But I like to do just a little scan around, the business areas and maybe, show you who's open and who's going to be open, and just and the best video while I'm at it, I gotta do a shout out to Ron Henry and Seaside Park, who is doing a great job of, doing weekly updates on how Seaside Park is doing and that they're bouncing back. And they're rebuilding the boardwalk and everything, and it's encouraging, because we're resilient, and Martell's and Jake's are open. I'm not sure how much more beyond that. I'd like to do a video tour of that too. Um, Maybe next weekend even, maybe on the next nice day. 'Cause the weekend I'd like to stop by, see Dr. Chico, have a beverage, um, listen to them, listen to Dr. Chico, have a beverage, kick back, relax, then, walk the boardwalks as much as I can, just to get these old legs in shape. Um, let's see, what else? Um, got a mixtape from Andrew in the UK from the International Mixtape Project. I'll put that link below too. Um, I've been involved in this, I'd say, since '07, '08. I think it's been '07. Wasn't long after my dad died, or yeah, I know it was shortly after my dad died. I was searching the internet, and um, I found, I told that story before anyway, but wasn't so long after I was um, on the internet, then I found the International Mixtape Project. Let's see if the link is on this CD. Um, yeah. Well, without showing his address, I'll just, I'll cover that part up. And there's the there's the There's a site right there, right, right here. You see it? Okay. Well, I'll put the link down below anyway. But anyway, back to whoops. Okay, back to Sandy there. Um, so yeah, the day after Sandy hit, yeah, or the night of that Sandy hit, what was that? Sunday, Monday. Anyway, I was sitting downstairs in the green chair, and the wind was really picking up. And I thought, oh my gosh, should I be sitting here or should I be upstairs? What's the safest place? Um, and I said, well, it was really getting loud downstairs. You could hear the flue of the fireplace flapping all about. The tree was whipping. I said, well, if that tree comes down, it's going to come through that window. So, it was getting cold and windy and scary. I went upstairs and I was trying to stay calm. I was on the computer. I said, maybe I better shut off the computer because it was getting like crazy. So I said, shut off the computer. Then I listened to the news for a little bit. Well, I was listening to the news and the power went out, and I could look out my window and see the what do they call those the transformers popping left and right. That was real scary. I'm like, oh my god, that was the scary part. Seeing transformers left and right. Around town. You could see the one by the water tower in the borough go pop pop, and others around that going pop pop, and you just saw flashing lights and like, oh my god, it was scary. So the next day, yeah, well, that night, I said, I'm just gonna go to bed. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and this tree out here was whipping and the lines out here were whipping. I'm like, oh my god. I thought one of two things could happen. That tree could come down on the house, or that power line could snap and be flying all over the darn place. So, oh my god, it was scary, let me tell you. And wow. So the next day I woke up, I looked outside, and there was water in the yard. I thought, how much could it be? And I looked out my window, I couldn't quite tell. So I went outside, I started to go out the outside, just on the porch, and Nancy said, get inside, get inside. I guess she didn't want the kids to coming out and getting in the water and stuff, which I understand. And from what I saw, the water was up to the top of my tire, the above my tires of the car, and I was like, oh no. I just knew. And I have video of it. It's way back, It's and so we were out power. I went around to see if I could find a radio that I could listen to and see if I could get anything in. And I found that the battery powered radio that Tom gave me, and I found batteries. So I found batteries. I got them in there. And some stations were operating, and that was only my only link to the news. I couldn't go anywhere. Nothing was open. So, but and that was my only. And we didn't have power, so the radio was my only link to the news. Um, So yeah, on Wednesday, and we were off all that week from school because they had no power. You couldn't even get into Bayhead. Um, uh, so Wednesday, Nancy came over and said, I haven't told the kids yet, but are you interested in going to Baltimore for a few days to see Donna? I said, sure. So I think it was Friday morning we left, went into Baltimore. We went over the bridge, went down to, we went to Baltimore and, unpacked our stuff, went to have dinner and stuff like that. And did a little, I guess we did a little sightseeing. Went to bed, but before we went to bed, I was watching the news. I was like, wow. And on the news they showed area views. It looked like a tsunami hit. I mean, it looked that bad. And they focused on Bayhead. I mean, Bayhead and Point Pleasant Beach were almost underwater. It seemed. I'm like, oh my god. I mean, I was sitting there. I wanted to cry. I really did. And I thought, and I could not believe it. I really couldn't. And Donna came over, and I think it was Saturday morning with her iPad, and she said, get on Facebook. There's a few people asking for you. Get on Facebook and just say, I'm all right. You know, because one of the ones, I think it was Alicia, my friend from work, said, has anybody heard of from Trish? So I got in there, signed in, got on, and said, I'm okay, um, um, the house is okay, the car got flooded out, but nobody on my end got hurt or is without, housing. So, you know, um, we were out of school another couple of days. The kids, and the teachers went over to Antrim for a while, but I guess they didn't really have any room for me or anything for me to do, so I got some time off. Um, um, and you know, I did love bike riding and walking and thinking like, oh my gosh, well, when we get back to work, will I, when will I, have, will I ever get, when will I, all these questions running in my new car, get back to work, how am I gonna get back, how am I gonna get in work, all these questions were running through my mind. So we got back to work like right before Thanksgiving, I believe was yeah, right before Thanksgiving. So first day I got we got back to school, got into school. I rode my bike in, and had a good day at work. I guess I just locked my bike up in the amongst the kids' bikes, and came home that day. Um, saw this my car in the driveway. At the time, I didn't know it was my car as I was pulling in. I thought, oh, Nancy has company because Nancy was home, and I thought, oh, maybe she had a professional day off or personal day, whatever. So I pulled in, put my bike in the garage and went over to Nancy's side. I said I might take a ride down to town later to get stuff. Do you need anything? She said, no, and she was packing up presents. Um, so she was packing up, wrapping up presents and preparing some Christmas stuff. And I said, "Who's here?" And she goes, "No one." I said, then it clicked. Then it clicked. I said, "No way. That's not." And she turned around and I didn't even say mine. I said, "That's not." And she turned around and said, "Merry Christmas." I said, "Holy beep, no way." So yeah, and the rest you've seen the videos of that, and yeah. So yeah, here we are 6 months later, and where things are shaping up. The shops in Bayhead are coming back slowly but surely. The post office and the beach, Midlothian and Bayhead are open. Um, it'll be so good. Like I said the other day, it's gonna take. Chip predicts it's gonna take 2 years, at least 2 years, to get everything back on, you know, totally, completely back on track. And I believe he's right, because, I think this summer is going to be a different summer, shall I say. A few people have said that. And, according to the paper, the beach, some streets of the beach, some street ends are going to open for beach patrons to come on. They say on time, but who knows? Who knows who, what, how far they'll get. And I hope I'm able to get back to work on time. That would be a neat thing, but I don't know what the situation's gonna be. Whether I'll be doing a little walking, whether whether I'll be starting later. I don't know how it's gonna work out. And but I just hope and pray everything is as close to normal as possible. I saw the street end not too long ago. It didn't look like there was any change. So, and Chip says, my end of that end from Chadwick Street through to Midlothian and beyond. That those streets might be not. Isn't sure whether the beaches will be accessible due to road work and construction and whatever. But we shall see. You know, day by day, week by week. Just hope and pray that things go smoothly and that we don't get hit with another rotten nor'easter, between now and then. Um, because wow, that was. I saw storm pictures of the storm in '62, but I don't think that one is as bad as Sandy, though I've seen some, I saw some houses that were, you know, it was, that were, pretty well, pretty much the same, split in the middle, and that was in '62, the year after I was born. So, gave away my birth year. Robert Z, did you get that? Did you get that? Ah, you missed it. Anyway, yeah, anyway. I'm wearing my Jersey Strong t-shirt. And, I tell you, I would have liked to, do a little more volunteering than I did, but things happened, and it was just a weird time. I was like motivated, but I was kind of depressed, a little depressed during that time. And it was weird. I only had one DJ gig between then and, you know, um, the gig at the firehouse. I thought I'd have lot more, a few more gigs, being volunteer my DJ services to causes like that, but it didn't happen. But, the Sherman Brothers and Ed Austin were in the same boat, so I don't know. Anyway, things are picking up. Uh, we had a good gig at a good time at Earth Day. Yeah, Ed Austin showed up to provide some percussion to the Sherman Brothers. I guess he did a little guitar playing too and singing, and it was a fun day, and we felt the camaraderie, we felt the love, and it was good to be back on track with the you know be back together like that, and playing together again. And it was good to see Ed. It was good to see all the Sherman Brothers. It was good to see the Sandwich Soup Band. Um, so forward we go. Forward we go. All right. Okay. Ooh, I don't believe this this is as long as it is. It's probably my longest upload in a while, but I felt like I wanted to talk about it. I felt the need to, fill you in on stuff I've been holding in. I felt the need to talk about it in full, because right after the hurricane, I couldn't wrap my brain around it. And now, 6 months later, I can wrap my brain around it, and say, okay, forward we go. There is hope. There is a future. And on that note, peace, love, and keep the good tunes spinning. Sorry was so long, guys. I hope you didn't mind. All right? Okay. Bye-bye.